Hey, what's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? So today is April 22nd, is day 386. And on this date, as of 6 o'clock p.m., based on Coronavirus Pandemic Live on YouTube, there have been 3,086,984 deaths all over the world, of which 584,226 was right here in the United States, and 61,170 here in the state of California. Now, if you look up April 6, 2020, this is what it was last year on April 6, 2020. 70,590 for the world, 9,654 in the United States. And I can't find the statistic for what it was on April 6, 2020. And April 6, 2021, this is what it was, 2,887,228. In the United States, 570,247. California, 59,769. So I'm not doing my shout out outside. It's cold. It's cold outside, so I'm not going, at some point you have to decide if you want to take that chance of going outside like that. Let me fix my phone. Sorry for the grunting, y'all. Okay, so last night I was out attending the Mario Gonzalez vigil, his memorial over there at South Shore, across the street from Walgreens, and on Otis Street. And when I got down there, it was daylight, and then it got a little bit chilly and stuff. And so it's chilly outside on the balcony. I went out there on the balcony. I was going to do my shout out, but I was like, it's chilly. And I'm not, all right, call me whatever you want to call me for not going out there. It is what it is, but I'm not going to take that chance, okay? So, ask all of you, keep in your prayers and in your thoughts those 3,086,984 people who have died all over the world. In that, those right here in the United States and also in California. And I also would ask you to keep in your prayers and in your thoughts those who have tested positive for COVID-19, people who are in quarantine, whether that's self-quarantine or in quarantine in the hospital for COVID-19. And I would also ask you to include in your prayers and thoughts people who have gone to the hospital for surgery. People have to go for surgery. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? People do have to go for surgery. People have to go for operations. People get sick from things that has nothing to do with coronavirus. People going through mental stress, emotional problems, physical illness. Okay, so just keep them in your prayers and in your thoughts also, because that's, it looks like things are getting better. I was watching the news and they're talking about how, people catching a plane more and people going places. Cynthia, what's up? How's it going out there in Virginia? Hold on, y'all.
After 7 o'clock p.m. time to give shout out, it's 7:10 p.m.
Okay, hey Mabel. Good. Okay. Sitting in the car at your grandma. Oh, it's your grandbaby's soccer practice. Oh yeah, I remember doing that with my kids, soccer and stuff. So, yeah, just keep those people in your prayers and thoughts, okay? Because there's a lot of people going through things right now. A lot more people getting vaccinations. I got mine. I told y'all before I got my shots. It's all good. Everybody has to do what they think is best for them. And like I told you, some in my family have decided at this point and at this time, they've chosen not to get shots. So I get it. I get it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. I'm not going to pressure nobody to do it. I'm not going, it is what it is. People do what they think they have to do, and so be it. Bahala na. For those of you who don't know, bahala na is Tagalog, Filipino for it is what it is. Kind of like c'est la vie or que sera sera. So bahala na is like, right? It is what it is. Bahala na, y'all do what you got to do. But I do ask all of you to, keep them in your prayers and your thoughts. And on that note, I am going to give my shout out to the House of Representatives. They passed H.R. 51. And so y'all don't know what H.R. 51 is. I saw it on Facebook, on YouTube, and Mabel, I understand. So I saw this on YouTube. H.R. 51 was passed by the House of Representatives 216 to 208. The Democrats voted yes. The Republicans voted no. So basically what this is to make D.C., District of Columbia, the 51st state, which would have one representative and 2 senators. 51st state. Republicans were not happy about it because, a lot of people that live in D.C. is of color. And so they look at that as that they're automatically going to be Democrats. Hey, it is what it is. But you and I know that there are Negroes who have joined the Trump camp. So I'm not going to automatically assume that everybody who is of color, everybody's of African descent, will necessarily be a Democrat. This still has to go before the Senate, and that's going to be a tougher battle. But if this does become law and D.C. becomes the 51st state, it will be called Washington Douglas Commonwealth. Washington Douglas Commonwealth. And so y'all know Douglas, that's Frederick Douglass. That's the man, Frederick Douglass. That's who it would be named after. This man right here. Instead of the District of Columbia, the new state would be known as Washington Douglas Commonwealth, named after 19th century African-American Frederick Douglass. I think that's awesome. That would be awesome. So Mabel, me too. I hope we get it. The good thing is right now in the Senate is 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans, and if it's tied up, Vice President Kamala Harris would have the tying vote to overturn the Republican vote. So that's the thing, I'm looking at. So anyway, my shout out, H.R. 51 passed by the House, make D.C. the 51st state. So y'all, let's get that. Let's get it, okay? Hey, Rose, what's up? How you doing, Rose? So I would love to see DC become the 51st state, because it's like, it makes no sense that they're not a state. Now, the Capitol, the mall, and the Congress buildings and all that stuff would still be, it would be separate from the state of Washington Commonwealth, Douglas Commonwealth. So that is what that is. And on that note, I would like to ask everybody to keep in your prayers and in your thoughts the victims of COVID-19 all over the world. And I also want to ask you to keep in your prayers and in your thoughts the victims of mass murder, that goes on all over this country, where they just go shoot up schools, churches, the mall, grocery stores, those people that go out there and just kill people for whatever reason. So I'm going to ask you to pray for them. Ask you to also pray for the victims of police, like George Floyd, Dante Wright, Adam Toledo, Philando Castile, Tamir Rice, Andy Lopez, Guadalupe Ochoa. So all of these black and brown people and other people of color, and, and even poor white people who have been killed by the police. And also ask all of you to keep in your prayers and your thoughts those who have been murdered by the drug dealers, by thugs, by gangbangers, those who have died from domestic violence, those who have committed suicide. So if you can find it in your heart to pray for them too. And, people who had things to live for and things to do, and they never got a chance to do it. Instead, they were murdered. So I'm not just talking about those who were murdered by the police, but I'm talking about those who were murdered by anybody. Those were, so keep them in your prayers and your thoughts. Birthday greetings. I don't know whose birthday is today, but I would like to say happy birthday to everybody who was born on April 22nd. So birthday greetings to all you April 22nd people. I don't know, is April 22nd still Aries, or did it become the next thing over? I don't know. I know there's a cutoff date somewhere. I don't know. Don't let me lie. I'd be lying if I try to say something that I don't know about. But anyway, turn this around. And before I get up out of here, I want to say that at the Mario Gonzalez vigil yesterday, it was a pretty long, it was a long vigil, and I kept the thing going. But it was important that I go out there. It was cold out there too, but that was later on. But, it's important that we show solidarity with anybody who's been murdered by the police. The other thing is, I don't really have any information about what happened. All I know is from what I read that the Alameda police stopped Mario Gonzalez allegedly for theft, and that he struggled or resisted. I don't know what the words were, but that in the process, he had medical conditions. See, and I'm not really sure what all that means, but, and then they took him to the hospital and he died at the hospital. The whole thing was, it was an in custody death. So he was in Alameda police custody when all that went down. So as to what caused that, I have no idea or any of that. So we just have to see how it plays out. And so they did have a rally, the Anti-Police Terrorist Project, APTP. I believe that they were the ones that sponsored it and did it. It's quite a few people. I would say anywhere from 100 to probably 150, maybe 200 at the most, were out there. And so, hey, that's what's going on. So I'm going to give my shout out, and mabuhay, amanla, hokahe, que viva, mahalo, harambe, ashe, shalom, assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, Wakanda forever. I don't know. Oh, Jayu. And I gotta learn some more, y'all. So if y'all know some words, I don't, y'all know some, some type of something that says like in another language, like, like, hey, right on, or long live, or let's do this, or you got it, or we got it, or let's all work together. Se pues, we can do it. Is that what it is? Se pues? I think so. Se puede? I don't know. So I got to make sure. I don't want to be saying the wrong thing, y'all. But yeah, I didn't do my shot outside. Like I said, it was a little cold and chilly. But this ain't got nothing to do with the neighbor. Because when it's hot outside, I will be going outside and do my shout out. I will respect how the neighbor feels, and I won't blow the horn unless my grandbabies is here, and then we're going to blow it one time. And I won't blow my whistle except for 3 times. I feel like that's a compromise. But trying to tell me go down the street and do my shout out, that ain't going to happen. And like I said, I'm doing it from inside because it was cold outside. I didn't want to get out there and get sick. It is what it is. But everybody stay safe, stay strong. And I know there's somebody's birthday I done forgot today, and I apologize. So, hey, y'all, one love, peace. I'm up out of here, y'all. Have a good one.